as we look out for people that we can trust, to share whatever burdens we carry,
Of course.
I would always call out that people should also station themselves to be reliable people.
Yeah.
Right? As much as you require someone to be a shoulder, you should also provide your own shoulder, a reliable one for someone to lean on. Right? So moving forward, how can adults help children learn from pain without being overwhelmed by it?
Is to understand what they are going through. Listening here, you have to be open to them that it's okay for them to feel pain, but you're letting them know that their ability to handle such pain matters a lot. So you make them to be open and to be open and to express themselves. They should go through what they have to go through. It's okay for them to feel that pain. It is normal with humans. So allow them to have that moment. Then you can now talk to them, letting them know that whatever they are going through, there's a positive aspect of it that they need to understand to move forward, for them to be their better self. So you should always find a way to make them have that understanding.
One thing I will always do is letting my children know that they are human.
Yes.
You are human. Every human can feel pain, can feel sad, can feel angry, can be excited. We should just make this thing look as normal as can be.
Yes.
But in whatever you're feeling, have an understanding of why you are feeling
that thing. Yes, you need to reflect on it and be able to move on from that. You understand?
Absolutely.
Pick something, lesson that you've learned.
Yes. When you realize why you're learning it, don't get stuck in it. Move on.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, what role does storytelling or sharing play in turning pain into wisdom?
Yeah, this question is very important because storytelling and people sharing their experience has made people to learn. Because whatever you are going through, some other person has gone through that. So listening to them, for them to share their experience, they might not really be referring to you, but as they are sharing their experience, they are telling stories, you are picking from them and you are learning to see how you can implement that into your situation. You understand? So storytelling and people sharing their experience is very important in life for people to learn, because you might be thinking whatever you are feeling is so much that nobody has experienced it. Listen to people. Let people share their story. You will know that you are just starting. So for me, that aspect has helped me a lot, because sometimes I feel a lot of things that I'll be like, how can this thing be happening? And I can't imagine that happening to me. Like, I can't imagine this kind of thing happening to me. And when I listen to people, I'm like, wow.
Like your own is child's play.
Yes, like, so I'm not even going through anything.
Yes.
I just say myself, so I'm not even going through anything.
You're just complaining.
So I'm just complaining. I'll be like, oh, let me listen. So how people solve their problem helps you to understand how you can also solve your problem. You understand? You can now use their ideas to be able to say, okay, these people experience this and this is how they handle this. Let me see how I can be able to work with what they have done or something. Yeah.
You know, this question particularly reminds me of my experience. So recently I went to get a masa, a food my children love very much, but because I couldn't prepare it that day, I had to go get it somewhere. And the girl whose mother was selling was telling me, Auntie, this is the second time I have written JAM. If I don't get admission, I will never go to the university.
Wow.
I will go and learn more. So I left and I asked her why. She said she's frustrated already. I am frustrated. I cannot go through this again. So I looked at her and I told her, Jessica, look at me. Can you see how many times I wrote jam on my face? She said, no. I said, well, I have written jam 7 times.
Wow.
And that is the truth. I wrote jam 7 good times, never scored less than 200 points, but I never got admission with any of those jam scores. I never did. I eventually graduated and even went for my postgraduate course, but not with JAM. So she was dumbfounded, like unbelievable. How did you manage? I knew what I was looking out for.
Yeah.
And I knew that there's no way I would go to the level I want to go to if I didn't go to the university. So I had to keep trying to get into school. And I eventually did. And the powerful thing is that this motivated her. And she agreed with me that day that if she didn't get admission, she would write JAMB again. But then luck was on her side, she got admission. Wow. So she's in school right now. Now our final question. If you could speak to your younger self during a painful time, what would you say?
Don't be broken. It's part of life.
Yeah.
It makes you to be a better, to be your better self. So I'll tell myself that you are strong and you can be better, you can be better. So I'll move on. It's okay for me to feel that pain. That's because we are all human. But I have to tell myself that it doesn't end there. I have to move to be my better self. Yeah. Because that is just what we need. Because if it's say pain will always be there. Pain will always be there. Because you are human. Somebody might hurt you, or setback, or lost in whatever form. Pain is something that is inevitable. It's like it's a greater teacher. You meet a greater teacher. That is what pain is. It makes you to realize your inner self and have and become wiser.
I hate to do this every time, but again, the interview has come to a wrap. I must thank you so much, Mimina, for making this as beautiful as possible. So I made a promise at the beginning that I was going to introduce Memona better at the end of the interview. Now, Memona was my classmate in secondary school. though we're not particularly so close. I feel she was closer to my twin sister than she was to me. But either way, we were friends because at that time, everybody was your friend.
Yes.
Everybody was your friend. Yeah.
I don't want to come to your house. At least now, break time. I have to come to your house.
Okay. So we've gone memory lane. Now, seeing Memuna, you already know she's a Muslim, I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
Now, Memuna is somebody that it seems she doesn't even consider that part as anything. And that is why I really felt like talking about this at the end. To just mention one thing, Memuna, that Nigeria needs more people like you. If we would have more people like you, I believe that this country will be better for it.
Yeah.
We will have a more peaceful country. So, Memuna is a librarian or information professional with Nile University, Abuja. The reason why I'm adding this particular part to this introduction, it's her profession, I'm actually supposed to say it. But the reason why it's actually particularly really important for me to say it is because people who are connected to books, I find myself naturally connected to such people.
Wow.
Honestly. So every time when you and I connect and reconnect and whatever, it has something to do with that. Because people who read books, who take care of books, I feel are intelligent and
versatile in knowledge.
Yeah, they're versatile. They can handle any topic at any particular time. So that has been the episode today. Thank you for staying tuned. I want you to take this away. That pain was not there to break you.
Yeah.
If you let it, it could make you. Take care.
Bye.